Thinking of selling your home and wondering what things you should do when preparing to sell? Well, that's a great question. But have you ever stopped to think about what not to do when selling your home? Home sellers face several obstacles when preparing to sell, and they often make costly mistakes that, if addressed, could have been avoided. Fatal mistake is spending time, effort, and money on things that in the end make no difference when selling and are of no financial benefit. If you're thinking about selling and you're asking yourself, what should I do and what shouldn't I do when selling my house, then you're in the right place. Today we're talking about home staging. What is home staging? Is it really worth it? Does it work? And what can I do to inexpensively stage my home to sell? My name is Evelyn Lopes, and I'm a veteran realtor here in the Caledon and surrounding communities of Orangeville, Erin, Halton Hills, Brampton, and Mississauga. And today I'm sharing some valuable tips on preparing your home for sale and staging to sell. Welcome to the podcast, Realty Bytes, Conversations in Real Estate and Lifestyle. So, what is home staging? Well, home staging is a strategic marketing technique, and it's used in the real estate industry to prepare a home for sale. It involves presenting the home in its best possible light so that it appeals to a wider range of potential home buyers. The more people that are attracted to the home, the more people that come to visit the home, the greater the potential you have to sell it and to sell it at a greater price. It's all about marketing, and home staging is marketing. It's about showing the home's best features, about creating an inviting feeling to the property, because after all, buyers buy on their emotions. Have you ever been to a hotel, for example, and you walked into the room and it was dated and dark and smelly, and there was even some leftover stuff from the previous guest, and it was just plain uninviting? Well, how did you feel? Let me guess, you wanted to get the heck out of there. Now contrast that feeling to a room that you entered that was bright, well decorated, clean, and had a fresh, non-intrusive scent. How did that space make you feel? Well, I'm guessing you felt comfortable and you wanted to stay longer. It's very similar to home staging. We want the buyers to feel comfortable. We want them to stay longer, and we want them to want to buy the house. Those are the same types of emotions that buyers experience, and that is why staging is so important. It's about creating a positive emotional feel to the space. And as we said, buying a home is a very emotional process. When we stage a home, we want to create that inviting space where the buyer feels comfortable and where they can, more importantly, envision themselves living in the space. We know that we are eventually moving out of that space, and that space will someday belong to someone else. So we have to let go of our own emotions and let the new potential buyer be able to feel the home and see themselves living in it and create their own emotional bond. So in essence, the goal of home staging is to highlight the home's best features, improve its overall appeal, and help buyers envision themselves living in the space. Now, staging can involve a range of activities, from simple decluttering and cleaning to repainting, rearranging furniture, and making minor repairs. It's about creating a welcoming atmosphere that showcases the property's potential. So you may be asking, what are the benefits of staging your home? Well, the National Association of Realtors reported that 95% of buyers begin their search online for homes. So it's important that your home shows well there. And a staged home will present much better in the photos of the property, and it will prevent the buyers from swiping left. 82% of buyer agents said that staging a home made it easier for a buyer to visualize the property as their future home, which made it easier to sell. And a professionally staged home spends 73% less time on the market compared to those without staging. And 40% of buyers arrange to look at the home that they actually saw online staged, which again translates to more activity on the house. And in terms of the money, 46% of 3,500 staged homes that were surveyed sold for a minimum of 10% more than they would have compared with similar non-staged homes. So staging works. There's a lot of misconceptions about what staging is. Let's talk about what it is not. It is not personal decoration. It's not hiding problems or concealing issues in the home. And it's not just about interior design. It is also not always expensive. Contrary to some belief, staging doesn't have to be costly. It can be as simple as removing personal items, rearranging existing furniture, and doing a thorough cleaning. It does get a little bit more expensive once we start purchasing or renting furniture and decorative pieces. And more importantly, staging is not an option, especially in a competitive market where you want to set your home apart from the competition. So you may be wondering now, okay, so I get it, staging makes sense. It puts my house on the market for a shorter period of time. I end up selling it for more money. It's not expensive. It's making my house more competitive. It's not about hiding the problems. It's about making my home appeal to the wider a range of buyers. Yep, you got that. So now you're wondering, what can you do to DIY stage your home? So let's look at some simple and inexpensive home staging tips. Now, I want to just sort of start by saying to look at your home objectively and try and maximize the layout of the home. Show the potential of the home in terms of space and functionality. And look at what budget you have in terms of finances and in terms of time, because the market is constantly shifting and you don't want to take so much time that you end up missing an opportunity in the market. So concentrate on the areas that will deliver the most bang for your buck. Rooms like the living room was found to be very important by buyers, followed by the master bedroom and the kitchen. Avoid common mistakes like overcrowding your rooms, having too many personal touches, neglecting the exterior curb appeal, underestimating the negative impact of clutter, and having poor lighting. Avoid overstaging, which is really when you're adding too many decorative items in an attempt to make the home feel lived in, which can instead make it feel just plain old cluttered. And don't forget those odors. Odors such as pets, smoke, mildew, that really might be off-putting to your visitors. Think of fresh, clean, light scents. Simply open the windows. And be careful in terms of high-end upgrades. Use them in moderation, because investing in expensive upgrades in certain areas while neglecting the basic repairs and the cleanliness throughout the property, it doesn't make sense. You need to have repairs done and the house clean rather than, all these high-end upgrades in a messy, unkept, unrepaired house. So we've talked a little bit about, some of the common mistakes and some of the misguided efforts that people think they should be doing. So let's get into what you really should be doing. So let's get into what you can do inexpensively and relatively easy to stage your own home. Begin by decluttering every room. Remove all your personal items, the excessive decorations, and any unnecessary furniture so that you can create a sense of space and neutrality. Deep clean. A thorough cleaning from top to bottom can transform your home. Pay special attention to kitchens and bathrooms, as these are areas that are crucial for buyers. And don't forget the windows. Repaint in neutral colors. A fresh coat of paint in a neutral shade can brighten up your home and make it appealing to a wider audience. It also can make the space look larger. Rearrange your furniture. Aim for a layout that maximizes the space and the flow. Consider removing oversized items and positioning the furniture to highlight the room's features. Enhance the lighting in the home. Increase the wattage in your light fixtures to brighten up the spaces. And make sure that those bulbs that you're using are of the same intensity and color. Avoid super white bright lights because they tend to be very hard and stark on the eyes, and avoid yellow lights because they sort of have this film on them and it doesn't have a crisp, bright feeling to them. Open the curtains and the blinds during the showings to let all that natural light shine in. Tend to the minor repairs. So fix things like leaky faucets, squeaky doors, and loose handles. These small issues can be a big turnoff for potential buyers because when they see these minor repairs that are not completed, it makes them think that the home hasn't been well maintained, and it gets them thinking, well, if they haven't done these little repairs, then there must be also some major big repairs, and that means money that needs to be spent. An easy upgrade to your home is updating the hardware. So you can change out dated cabinet knobs, drawer pulls, and even light fixtures, all of which can modernize your home without a major investment. And don't forget to optimize the curb appeal. Mow the lawn, trim the hedges, add some potted plants to the entrance to create a welcoming first impression. And as we said, depersonalize. Remove those family photos, collections, and personalize decor so that the buyers can envision themselves in the space. And accentuate the positive features of your home. You can use things like mirrors to enhance light and space, and you can place vases of fresh flowers or bowls of fruit to also add a welcoming touch to a space. And don't forget your closets. Organize the closets and storage spaces because they signal to buyers that the home has ample space in it. When they see a closet that's full and congested, it looks like you've got no room and everything has to be jam-packed in it. And if there's no room for you, then there's probably no room for me, the buyer. And ensure that your carpets and your floors are clean, free of stains and odors, and refresh bedding and towels. This is a simple fix and it really makes a big impact. So you can use things that are neutral in colors and inviting bedding in the bedroom, and add pillows and make sure that they're of decent quality. And add fresh, clean towels in the bathrooms. And my favorite is white because white is very spa-like. Make sure that they're new, clean white towels. And remember, these upgrades are ones that you can take with you to your new home. And don't forget to neutralize those odors. So open the windows to air out the home before each showing if possible. And consider using subtle air fresheners to ensure a pleasant smell throughout. But be careful not to use anything overpowering, as many people have allergies, and smells that are too strong also make the buyer think, they've got a strong smell, they must be trying to hide something. So the best thing is to just open the windows, or if you have a very light, fresh, maybe linen type smell, something very, very light. And you can create a lifestyle by staging areas like a cozy reading nook or a functional home office to show potential buyers the lifestyle that they can have when they live in the home. So these actions really require more effort than they do money, but they can significantly increase your home selling price. Remember, the goal is to showcase your home's best features and the potential that your home has for the buyer, making it irresistible. So roll up your sleeves and use these tips to get your home ready for a successful sale. Now, I've created a staging checklist, and if you'd like a free copy of this checklist, you'll find the link in the comments below. Happy staging, and we'll see you in the next video.